What does it mean to be righteous in the Bible? What are some examples of righteousness? And what are some things that are not considered as such? To be righteous in the Bible typically involves aligning oneself with God's will, adhering to moral principles, and behaving in a way that is deemed morally right by scriptural standards. It's about integrity, virtue, and justice, often dictated less by external actions and more by internal moral compass. For examples, you've got heavy hitters like Noah, who found favor in the eyes of the Lord amidst a corrupt world. By following God's instructions to build the ark, he demonstrated obedience, a staple of righteousness. Or take Job, a man beset with unimaginable suffering, yet he maintains his integrity and faith throughout, refusing to curse God. Then there's the famous verse in Micah 6:8, which rolls off the tongue like some ancient wisdom. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. This is righteousness in a nutshell: justice, kindness, and humility. In contrast, the not-so-righteous actions are plentiful as well. Like the Pharisees, notorious for their hypocrisy. They would adhere to the letter of the law, yes, but their hearts? As cold as Portland's infamous freezing rain in the midst of January. They'd tithe down to the last mint leaf but were inhospitable to the core. Basically, they were like the worst form of virtue signaling before Twitter made it cool. And let's not forget the Good Samaritan parable. The priest and the Levite, who passed the injured man on the side of the road. They had reputations for being righteous, but their passivity in the face of suffering, their strict adherence to purity laws over the law of love, that's not righteousness in the biblical sense. It's legalism, another pitfall. Righteousness, then, can be a much deeper and more demanding calling than simply following a set of rules. It's about a compassionate heart in action, and that's a high bar to hit, whether you're living in first-century Judea or modern-day Portland. And remember, nobody wants to hear they're being self-righteous. That's like finding out you're the guy at the party that everyone subtly doesn't want around. Cooler to be righteous without making a big show of it. Just like you'd enjoy a quiet walk through the Columbia River Gorge, silently awesome, without needing to broadcast it to the world.